What's up, Algebra 1? Our table is broken. It's time to do homework guide. This is 3.1.1, problems 3.6 to 3.11. Again, not meant to be instructional, just meant to be an answer guide. Here you got to do 9 minus 11. This is actually h to the negative second power, or 1 over h squared. I like both those answers. Question B would be x to the 7th power because you would add 3 plus 4 to get 7. Question C, here's where you got to start getting a little more complicated. This is 3k to the 5th times 3k to the 5th times 3k to the 5th. Those k's all end up being k to the 15th power, but 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, and that's the answer there. Question D, you have n to the 7th times n to the 1st power, so it's n to the 8th power. Question E, you got 16 over 2, which is going to be 8, times x to the 4th over x to the 4th, which is going to be 1, and y to the 3rd over 1, which is going to end up being 8, y to the 3rd, since 16 divided by 2 is 8, and y to the 3rd is just 1, and these guys cancel out. Question F, let's see, 4 times 7 is going to give you the 28 part of the answer. X times x squared is going to be x to the 3rd. And finally, y to the 3rd times y to the 3rd is y to the 6th power. Okay, next question. 3.7, Gerardo is simplifying expressions with very large exponents. He arrives at, oops, I hate when that happens. Hang on, I'm back. He arrives at each of the results below, and for each result, decide if he's correct and justify your answer. Well, for question A, it's a hard no. Because what he should be doing there is taking 150 and subtracting 50 to get x to the 100th power. Classic mistake. Question B is totally correct. He's adding correctly. 20 plus 41 is 61. And on question C, everything is correct. The m squared to the 3rd power is n to the 6th. N to the 15th to the 3rd power is n to the 45th. But he forgot about 2. This should be 8. M to the 6th, n to the 45th, because you got to have a 2 to the 3rd power in there also. That's the mistake there. It's also a no. 3.7, use what you know about slope and y-intercept to graph this equation. We've done this a billion times in the last several weeks. 3 is the y-intercept, so I'll put that right there on the graph. Negative 1/2 means I'm going to go down 1 to the right 2, down 1 to the right 2, down 1 to the right 2, and that will be the line that we're going to draw. So it looks something like that if you freehand it. More or less, there you go. Question 3.9, write an expression to represent the given situation and be sure to define your variable. You do not need to solve it, just write it. Sam currently has $150 in savings and is adding $10 per week. So how about 150 plus 10W, where W is the number of weeks? Easy. Next question, all we got to do is find f of negative 3. So we're just going to plug negative 3 in for x. In all these problems. Negative 2 times negative 3 plus 3, in this case, would be positive 6 plus 3 equals 9. Over here in question B, this is negative absolute value of 1 minus negative 3. Let's be careful about this and plan out our steps. This is negative absolute value of 1 plus 3, which is the negative absolute value of 4, which is negative 4. Question C, we're going to do the cube root of 9 times negative 3 plus 2. A calculator can be handy on this question. This is the cube root of negative 27 plus 2. The cube root of negative 27 we'll walk through in a different video, but this will be negative 3 plus 2, which is negative 1. And question D, we have 1/2 times negative 3 plus 2, which, there's not really a good way to write this. Negative 3 over 2 plus 2. The best way I can think of is that negative 3 over 2, you can rewrite the 2 as 4 over 2. And then combine those ideas together to make positive 1 over 2. That would be the final answer on that problem. And finally, 3.11, we got to simplify each expression. These are going to be fraction problems. My 6th-hour class is currently in the background. If the bell goes off while I'm in the middle of this problem, you guys are just good to go. But let's just rock through it. What we have to do is write these with the same denominator. And 2 and 5 both have a multiple of 10 in them. So we can write this as negative 5 over 10 plus negative 2 over 5. Since 5 over 10 is the same as 1 over 2, and 2 over 5, sorry, it's 2 over 10, my fault. 2 over 10 is the same as 1/5. And now you can combine these ideas together to get negative 7 over 10. That would be the best answer. Question B, we got 2/3, negative 2/3 minus 2. Well, let's leave negative 2/3 alone, but let's rewrite the 2 as maybe 6 over 3. This would be negative 8 over 3. We'll call it good there. Question C, we have negative 1 2/3 times negative 2. The best way to do this is to convert this mixed number into an improper fraction. This would be negative 3 plus 2 be negative 5 over 3 times negative 2, which is really easy to do because you can just multiply on the top and get 10 over 3. And on question C, we got 2 divided by 2/3. This is negative 2 times 3 over 2. And what I really want you to see there is that the 2 and the 2 are actually going to cancel out, leaving negative 3 for the final answer. Look at that. We finished it before the end of 6th hour. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and upload this video as soon as possible. Have a great time watching. I'll see you in the next video.